Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel Eddie in Reading Land. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you my favorite depictions of the Wheel of Fortune. I think I even started it for a little while. Oh god, this is gonna be one of those things. Okay. Okay guys, let's start with the depictions right away, and I'm gonna give you actually I have 6 cards to show you because I wanted to show you 3 honorable mentions and my 3 favorite Wheels of Fortunes that I have from my decks, and I was hoping to make the honorable mentions quick because I have 3, and I really like these depictions of the Wheel of Fortune because they're so very different from what we are used to, and also because they captivate me in a different way than what the usual feeling to me of the Wheel of Fortune is. I'm going to give you some examples, and the first example that I have is this one. This is the Wheel of Fortune from the Bout Tarot by Célia Melesville. She's a French artist, and I really love this Bout Tarot. Especially this. This is incredibly humorous, and obviously it's a parody to the Wheel of Fortune. It's also a parody to tarot, but I also find that it's very uplifting and it's very fun. So I very much enjoy this. But if you remove the humor and you remove the satire, and you start thinking about this Wheel of Fortune being a washing machine and literally cleansing the stains off these dirty ghosts, it just makes absolute perfect sense to me. That is one of the feelings of the Wheel of Fortunes that I like. From the Wheel of Fortune that I like. And this especially being depicted here. There is a serious thought process that happened to this Wheel of Fortune when Célia was doing her artwork, and I very much enjoy this. Usually, I am not very drawn to cute, humorous tarot like this, but the Bout Tarot just captivated my heart, and I'm really thankful that my husband got this for me because this is a completely out-of-the-box, original, unique, incredibly precise depiction of the Wheel of Fortune, and I really enjoy it. I mean, the fact that we have these smiley ghosts over here drying out, coming out of the washing machine, and we are also seeing the process of that wash with these ghosts over here, and we're still seeing these ghosts, these dirty ghosts, these very dirty, muddy ghosts over here waiting for their turn to be cleansed. This is a Wheel of Fortune feeling to me. It just captivates me, and it's a very out there depiction of the Wheel of Fortune, and I wanted to show it to you guys because I think it's fun. It makes me smile. It makes me it just uplifts the Wheel of Fortune to a level that we rarely see. Some of us may be more interested in the more serious karmic sort of turn of the wheel, but this is just a lot of fun, guys, and I wanted to share that with you because it makes me really happy. It makes my heart really warm, and I really enjoy this. But moving on to another depiction of the Wheel of Fortune that I actually really enjoy is this one. This is the Wheel of Fortune from the Monsoon Tarot by Woe Studios. Now, what really draws me to this Wheel of Fortune is the fact that we have the Moira, or the Mora. Moira? Is it Moira or Morai? I think it's Morai. My Greek is not very good, guys. But as in any case, these are the fates. I believe that their names were Clotho, Lachesis, and Alecto, if I remember correctly, and they all had a job. I'm not really sure which one has the different jobs for that. I should have looked that up before I made this video. But as in any case, it really does captivate me because this depiction of these beings having the fate in their hands as a thread, it's very powerful, but it actually, I would have preferred that this Wheel of Fortune was the Death card. That would have made more of a powerful depiction and illustration of the Death card. But the fact that the artist decided to show us the fates in the Wheel of Fortune also makes absolute sense to me. The fates had this enormous tapestry. Well, it was infinite, or it is infinite, as in any case. And, they keep adding beings and cutting off the threads of the people who that die. And the fates were even so powerful that Zeus himself was afraid of the fates, because he knew that there was nothing that he could do when, the fates were reading his own future and his own destiny. So I really like this depiction as the Wheel of Fortune. Well, first of all, because we have here a circle, and they're around a circle, and they're all, how can I explain, or what this makes me feel? It's as if they're coming into community, yes, but it's like they're coming into commune to this fate, to this destiny, to make this decision, and it feels very fatal. The other thing that I wanted to mention about this Wheel of Fortune is, even though it does feel very fatal, it doesn't feel dark. It doesn't feel like we don't have a choice. It feels more like the opposite. It feels like, well, this is the moment where you make a true decision, because if you make the wrong decision, then it could be fatal. And I really like that. I also love the fact that they have bands or ribbons around their senses. So this one, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It's just, the Wheel of Fortune is what it is. And there isn't anything really that could stop the wheel from turning. Even though we may or may not make decisions, that doesn't mean that the wheel isn't turning, right? And I just really, it's very impactful. It's very impactful as a Wheel of Fortune, and I wanted you guys to see this because it's just, it feels like there is a force majeure that has their fate, or my fate, in their hands. And even though my fate is brilliant, they still could do anything, and I would be powerless to do anything. And that is a very humbling, very humbling feeling, definitely, but it makes me feel small, and it makes me feel like there's something more beyond, or there's something greater than me. That's what it is. It makes me feel that there's something greater than me. That's why I like this Wheel of Fortune, and I want you guys to see it as well. But this is my second honorable mention. And my third honorable mention, it's actually another deck by Woe Studios, but this is the Exile Tarot, the Awakened edition. So this is basically the one with all the faces. But the reason why I really enjoyed this Wheel of Fortune is because we are seeing this infinite being opening up themselves and just welcoming in, people and other creatures into their existence, into their void, into their abyss. I don't know if you could tell, guys, but they're actually smiling, or appear to be smiling. They're even though the being looks a little but maybe dastardly is not the word, but it seems a little mischievous. it just feels like, there isn't anything that anybody can do, and this is the place where people go to rest. And that feeling of peace for the Wheel of Fortune is actually something that I haven't come across from a Wheel of Fortune. There is such a feeling of peace when you just let it go and trust that, things are going to be what they are, regardless of what you do. Or maybe you're doing whatever you can right now. And if you do more, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to exacerbate feelings of worry and stress and anxiety, versus just trusting that you're doing whatever you can and letting life and letting the issue resolve itself on its own. It's very freeing. It's very peaceful. It's a very peaceful feeling for the Wheel of Fortune that I rarely get to feel. Actually, I don't think that I have any other deck that gives me this peace from the Wheel of Fortune without losing the meaning of, there's destiny here, there's fate, there's this sense of impending decision making. There's this sense of, we're going to trust that we're going into the right place. Or quite the opposite, we're actually running away from, or we're running into something that is not good for us. So yes, this is my third honorable mention, the Wheel of Fortune from the, by Woe Studios, from the Exile Tarot, the Awakened Edition. The other thing that I was going to say about this Wheel of Fortune is that I love the colors. These colors should not work, and they are working. This moss green with this very spectral purple, it's just so good. So good. The artist did an amazing job with color. Actually, throughout both the decks, both studios have really good use of color. I think they're various artists. I'm not very sure. I can't confirm that. But if you guys know, let me know. Because I will credit them over there. But yes, very much love this Wheel of Fortune. I very much enjoy it. Okay, let's see. And moving on for my third favorite pick. And this is the Wheel of Fortune from the Black Tarot by Victoria Iva. I am just in awe of this representation of the Wheel of Fortune because one of the things that I found actually on my top 3 Wheel of Fortune is the fact that they appear to be moving, or that they can move. That is very important to me in a Wheel of Fortune. And this celestial clock that has been depicted here in this Wheel of Fortune is just aligning in such a way, and I don't mean that as a pun, because we see the planets aligning here, but it aligns so well of how I like to interpret the Wheel of Fortune, that force that's greater than ourselves, that we are unable to stop, or that we are unable to help. It just is. This constant movement of, well, not only energy, but this constant movement of you making decisions or not making decisions, and those two things being actions of them on itself. It's really very well exemplified in this Wheel of Fortune. I love the fact that we're able to see an alignment of the planets. In this Wheel of Fortune, because that happens very rarely. I don't think that has happened in my lifetime, or will happen in my lifetime. I hope so, because it would be incredible to experience. There was an alignment, I think, a few years before, but it was not all of the planets. But then I start thinking about how the sun is the center of the solar system, and how the sun's gravity is what's keeping the planets moving on their orbit. Amazing for the Wheel of Fortune. There is a force out there that we are unable to tame, and that's one of the forces. I mean, gravity is strong, and I like that gravitational pull, and I like that gravitational alignment being depicted in the Wheel of Fortune. It humbles me. It makes me feel small. It makes me feel like the only reason why my life is important is because I give it meaning. And that is even better, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but this is also a very shadow aspect of the Wheel of Fortune. I do realize that, and it is a little bit heavy to look at this card because of that shadow aspect. I do see the sense of impending infinite possibility, and I know that is not a good feeling for certain people. I do realize that, and I can see that in this Wheel of Fortune. That's why. But the whole deck, the whole Black Tarot by Victoria Iva, it's just a shadow deck, and that's how I use it. The other thing that's incredible about this depiction of the Wheel of Fortune is that we have an eye over here. This eye is actually the sun, if I remember correctly. Or I'm choosing to depict it as the sun, or I'm choosing to believe that this is the sun. And it feels like there's this being watching with this Wheel of Fortune. And that's also very humbling. So this is my third favorite depiction of the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, it is a very much shadow aspect of the Wheel of Fortune, but I'm very drawn to this. I'm very drawn to shadow aspect decks, and I really enjoy this. This is actually my favorite shadow depiction of the Wheel of Fortune that I own. So, moving on. My second favorite Wheel of Fortune is actually a very recent one from my decks, and this is the Wheel of Fortune from the Children of Astera. And if you guys watched my previous video when I unboxed this tarot, it's a botanical deck, and the Wheel of Fortune is actually 4 different plants. It's oak, ash, hawthorn, and blackthorn, and they represent different things for the Wheel of Fortune. And I'm gonna read them to you because even though I have read the book, and I'm just not able to remember the meaning of the plant within the Wheel of Fortune, so I'm going to read them to you. For oak, we have legacy, bravery, endurance, nobility, strength, and growth. For ash, it's spiritual protection and wisdom. Blackthorn, it's adversity and hardship. And hawthorn means love, union, and balance. She does go more over the meaning of the Wheel of Fortune in her book. But you guys know that I love snakes. Snakes represent various dichotomies to me. The dichotomy between good and evil. How, the snake was a channel of temptation for this intrinsically good being becoming human, or making a human decision. I love the fact that snakes are not only the poison, but also the antidote to their own poison. That's amazing. I love the fact that snakes represent knowledge to me, decision making. They also represent wisdom. They actually, snakes were in different cultures. They represented wealth. I think the Babylonians had snakes represented wealth, or a symbol of wealth, and not to mention that the Mayans, the snake is a symbol of creation. So there's a lot of symbology that I love for snakes, and the snakes in the Wheel of Fortune just make that decision-making symbology so much better. And obviously I love this depiction of the Wheel of Fortune because we can see that we have the seasons here, all of the seasons, and that shows me cycles, that shows me movement, that shows me this deep-rooted feeling of the wheel that we have available and that we come to love and that we get to use and get to interpret when we get the Wheel of Fortune. I also love the colors in this Wheel of Fortune. There are a lot of colors, but they are working. Sia did an amazing, I was going to say magnificent, but she also did an amazing job using color in this Wheel of Fortune. I really enjoy that. Usually I don't like this burst of different colors together in one, but she made an amazing job with this Wheel of Fortune. And the fact that she decided to add snakes, yes, thank you. This is also, as you guys can see, the Ouroboros. The snakes are actually biting their own tails. The snakes are biting the tails of their opposites. But it's still the Ouroboros. But yes, love the fact that we have the sun and the moon here. I just light and dark. We have the zodiac. We have the wheel of the year. So yeah, cycles, movement. Love this. Love this. Oh, I got fireworks, and I don't know how I did that. Okay, moving on, guys, to my favorite depiction of the Wheel of Fortune. And it's the Wheel of Fortune from the Mystical Manga Tarot by Ran. I think her name is Ran. Might be Ren. No, I think it's Ran. Again, we have here snakes. We have a wheel that it's turning, and we have cogs from a clock. We have the sun being in the background, just transmitting the brightness into the Wheel of Fortune and making it, just elevating the metallic in the image. It's just so good. Love the fact that the snake is entwined and entangled in the wheel as well as in the being, which I chose to be Fortuna, the goddess of fortune from Greek mythology. This is not what it says in the guidebook. Actually, the guidebook talks about the fool's journey and what the fool experiences in the Wheel of Fortune, but there is no real description or explanation for the symbols, which is okay. Because then I choose to provide symbolism, provide meaning to the depiction or the illustration here. And that's exactly what I did. Love the fact that this Wheel of Fortune is portrayed as a deconstructed clock. That makes incredible sense to me. Not only because it cycles, not only because it's movement, and not only because we are able to what is it called? We're able to turn that clock and wind that clock, but also because even though we're able to wind the clock, we all know that there's nothing we can do to stop time. Even though we keep record of time, that doesn't mean that that first of all it's accurate, nor does it mean that it's going to stop time from just going on infinitely. And that sort of depiction, that sort of meaning is just what I really enjoy from a Wheel of Fortune. The only thing that I would say about this Wheel of Fortune that I would have loved to see would have been a spiral. But spirals are important to me for different reasons. But I mean, I just really enjoy looking at this Wheel of Fortune. Not only is it beautiful, but it conveys a lot of meaning to me. And like I said, there's that snake that just has so many meaning for me. But the whole combination of, Fortuna, the snake, the cogs, the wheel, the sun, and not to mention that the background is teal, and teal is my favorite color. Yes, this is just my favorite depiction of the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I will have to say that even though that this is my favorite depiction of the Wheel of Fortune from the decks that I have, I still haven't found a Wheel of Fortune that I actually feel like it's perfect. It has happened for me for the Strength card, for example. The Lust card from the Crowley, the Todd Tarot by Crowley and Lady Frida Harris is my favorite depiction of the Strength card ever. There is no other Strength card that I like more than that, and that is a perfect depiction of lust to me. This is not the case with the Wheel of Fortune. This is my favorite depiction, though, like I said. But, you know, it's not a complaint. It's just that I would like for there to be a spiral here, and that would have made this Wheel of Fortune perfect. But there you go, guys. Those are my favorite representations of the Wheel of Fortune. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite, or if you like any of these, I'll be happy to find out. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye, YouTube. There we go. It feels like I keep doing this and I keep forgetting how this works for some reason. But okay, I have my water, I have my cards. Okay. Oh, I'm clapping for my husband. Oh God. You can see my... where it feels like I've been bitten by a one-fanged vampire. That's disappointing. Okay. Oh, let me silence my phone. Hello, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Okay. Hello YouTube, this is Eddie. No, that is not how I start my channel. What is it? How is it? Welcome to my channel. There we go, I remember.